England produced a memorable performance and knocked Ireland off their stride at Twickenham. My name's Mark, let's talk rugby. The dream of back-to-back Grand Slams for Ireland is over, and as an Irish fan I don't think we can have any complaints about that because England clearly the better of the two teams in this one. Ireland though did open the scoring early on, penalty, Crowley obliges 3-0 after 2 minutes, but England hit back pretty much from the restart. Spin out wide, Ollie Lawrence in a bit of space. He shakes off the challenge of Crowley, goes over to score the corner. Conversion's missed, it's 5-3 to England. England then putting huge pressure on Ireland, who really did look rattled for most of the game. Scrum penalty then brings a big cheer from the Twickenham crowd, and they're really liking what they see out on the field. Ireland then lose Nash to a failed HIA after, just a few minutes later. Frawley is on and he's on the wing. And you feel like, Ireland, they need to settle into the game and get some control, but they never really managed to do that. England having a real go, making breaks through the likes of Earl and Faye-Bosi as well, and they force a penalty. Ford makes it 8-3. England then, they've been excellent up to this point. Ruck speed has been so good, keeping the Irish defence on their toes, and then the rush defence putting great pressure on Ireland. We never really saw Ireland, clicking in attack. Lawrence then in at the side of a ruck, and it's a penalty for Ireland. Crowley makes it 8 points to 6. Chesham then a big hit on Bundyaki as he run the ball out of the 22, and that was emblematic, I think, of England's commitment to the cause today. England then from there leads to a drop goal chance for Ford, which gets charged down, but you can see that England, they're getting themselves in the right position. Ireland then offside. England from the penalty goes to the corner. They go for a trick play with a player coming in late, but Ireland managed to halt them just short of the line. Ball then kind of squirts out. Byrne gets in there, turns it over for Ireland. England though continue to press. They chip through and Lawrence gets there first to gather, goes over behind the post. We then have a Timo check and we see their furbank actually knocked it on in the build-up, so it's no try. Slade then held up in the tackle and Ireland have a sniff of some momentum. Ireland then, they fold the England scrum. Scrum kind of went back and forth throughout the day as well, but then Ireland give away a penalty at the line out, and that kind of poor discipline and poor accuracy from Ireland was part of what caused them, but England were causing a lot of this as well. Ireland then offside, and it's a kickable penalty for England, but Ford misses it to the right, and it was actually so kickable that I originally wrote down that it was 11-6 to England before he even kicked it. Aki then gets over the ball as Chesham is isolated. Crowley steps up to take the penalty, just about sneaks it over the bar from just inside the half. 9-8 Ireland lead. Then a huge kick from low and Furbank catches it and goes out, line out to Ireland in a dangerous position. A bit of an error there from Furbank as well. Ireland attack from the line out to force a penalty in the 22 as England are offside. Crowley makes it 12-8 to Ireland at half time, and Ireland ahead, even though England have been much the better side. England then into the second half, they're coming forward again, and looks like they're in a decent position, but if Van der Fleer gets in there to disrupt, take from a Gary Owen. Ireland then spin the ball out wide, and Lowe goes over in the corner. Crowley drags the conversion to the left. Ireland 17-8. And you think at this stage Ireland might settle a little bit and begin to take control of the game, but it doesn't happen. England with a great response. Faye-Bosi, a good run, gets him in decent position. Lawrence then offloads from the floor. Nice offload out of the tackle from, I think it might have been Earl, to Itoji. Itoji then finds Furbank and he goes over in the corner. Ford misses the conversion. It's 17-3, but it's been a great game so far. Both teams looking to attack, and again England actually looking the slicker with the ball in hand. Ireland then have 2 scrum halves on the field as Frawley goes for an HIA. Jameson gives the park out to the wing, and Frawley doesn't return after that, so I take it he failed his HIA. Ireland now begin to apply some territorial possession. England, though, in there disrupting the Irish line-out and, doing it so well that denying Ireland quality possession in decent areas of the field. England then break after they steal one of those Irish lineouts. Ben Earl going all the way up to the 22. Peter O'Mahony comes in cynically and plays the ball from an offside position. He gets a yellow card. England go to the corner from the penalty. They then bring on Marcus Smith at 10. Ireland managed to halt them all, but it's illegal. So penalty advantage to England. But they play on, and Ben Earl goes over for a deserved try. Smith converts this one, 20 points to 17, and it's a huge test for Ireland now in the last 20 minutes of the game. Itoje plays the arm in a line-out and gives, a silly penalty away to Ireland. Ireland go up the line from that. They go through the phases, but England force a knock-on from Henshaw, and just really great defence from England. Lack of patience from Ireland as well, it has to be said. I think they look very frustrated out there that, that pressure that England was putting on them meant that the accuracy that we normally see from them wasn't there. Danny Kerr then comes on for his 100th cap for England. Huge milestone for him, and huge congratulations to him as well. And what a game to win it into. Ireland looking for the score that would get their noses in front, but the pressure from the English defence forces a penalty. Yellow card then is over. Ryan Baird actually comes on, and Peter O'Mahony doesn't return to the field. Kelleher then wins a penalty for Ireland, and they go up the line. They claim the line out, go to the maul, then they decide to move it, and they suck in the defence, spin it out wide to Lowe, and he again goes over in that same corner, bumps off the tackle of Smith on his way over the line. Crowley misses the touchline conversion, and he kind of seemed like he got his kick all wrong, because it never looked like it was threatening the post at all. 22 points to 20, 1 score game, Ireland just ahead. Henderson then gets pinged for not rolling away. Penalty to England just inside their own half, but it's on an angle as well. Steps Elliot Daly. He's got a siege gun boot on him, but gives it a huge thump. It drifts right and wide. But he's still feeling like England are going to make another chance. And Smith combines with Cunningham South. They break into the Ireland 22. Ireland turn it over, and they decide to kick it clear, but then back come England. Ireland managed to force England to touch just inside their 22. Cunningham South then hobbles off. Hopefully it's not too serious, because that guy has had, a great Six Nations for England from the bench. Ireland then secure the ball and kick it clear, but England, they keep coming back. They break into Ireland 22. Faye Wobosi, who was excellent, gets them there. They then win a penalty. They're playing on though with advantage, looking for that, try. It's not coming, so back out it goes to Smith in front of the post. It's a scrappy kick for a drop goal, but it gets over. He doesn't care about that, and why should he? England win the game, 23 points to 22. What an amazing performance. No one gave them a chance in this game, and it's one of the reasons why you gotta love the Six Nations. They as I said, nobody thought they were going to win this one, and they just shut everybody up with such an amazing performance, and a really well-deserved win from them. Now let's have a look at some of the stats from the game. So let me pull it up here. Okay, so we're going to start with the possession stats. So 53% to 47 for England. Ireland kind of, came back a little bit in that second half, because England were so dominant in the first half, but territory 60% to 40 just shows you how much England were on top throughout the game. Tries scored then 3 tries to 2. It's not, very often these days that Ireland get outscored on the try count. Carries then 112 for England, 92 from Ireland. Meters carried 786 for England, just 449 for Ireland. Meters gained 546 for England, and just 248 for Ireland. Again, just showing what impact England had. Their line break, 8-2. England just on it. Ireland struggling so much against that England defence. Defenders beaten 25-18, and then total passes 163-118. Offloads then 9 from England, which is I think more than they offloaded in the entirety of the first 3 rounds put together. 6 from Ireland. Handling errors just 7 from England. That was one of the crucial points for England, other than the whole physicality, ruck speed, etc. The fact that they cut out the errors that we saw against Scotland. Ireland 13 turnovers conceded, then 12 for England, 9 for Ireland. So Ireland coming out on top of that, but crucially they couldn't make that count for them in the end. Kicking then, England kicking 23 times to Ireland's 28, 606 meters kicked for England, 948 for Ireland. But the problem Ireland had was that when they did kick long, they found it very hard to actually get the ball back, and that meant that getting that in that they normally would get was very difficult for them. Tackles made then 119 for England, 146 for Ireland. As I said, Ireland on the back foot for a lot. Tackles missed 18-25, and tackle percentages 87 for England is pretty good, a pass mark there. Ireland just below a pass mark, I'd say, at 85. Then discipline, penalties conceded 10 from England and 8 from Ireland, but I think Ireland's penalties in the end were more crucial in terms of losing what little chances they had in the game at times by giving away penalties, and then allowing England access as well. And then free kicks conceded 0-1. Ireland gave away a free kick from a scrum where they pre-engaged, and it meant that it was just on the edge of England 22, and a decent attacking opportunity gone from that. In terms of breakdown then, 80 rucks won from England, Ireland 71. Rucks lost 4 from England and just 1 from Ireland. But then crucially, rucks 0-3 seconds, England's 61% to Ireland's 57%. So England's ball was actually faster than Ireland's, which when we looked at the stats from the first 3 rounds, Ireland had the fastest ball of any of the 6 teams. England had the slowest. So that turnaround is just amazing from them. Got to give credit to the players and the coaches for that. Set piece then, scrums won 3 from England, and 3 for Ireland, but Ireland crucially losing 1 scrum as well. So, again, fine margins, but it was enough, again, that with how much dominance England were showing, that Ireland could not do, enough to actually secure the win. Lineouts then 14-11 for England, but lineouts lost just 1 from England, 2 from Ireland. Lineout steals 1 each, but England's disruption to Ireland lineout meant that even when Ireland were winning the ball, it wasn't clean ball for them, and it made the fact that Ireland attacked so much off the lineout, it made it so much more difficult for them. So that's our stats then in terms of the 2 teams. Like for Ireland, the Grand Slam is gone. They didn't, turn up today at all, I would say. They did have moments in the game where they produced some quality, but, it felt like England may have been waiting in ambush for them. We saw it last year, where they made it difficult for Ireland, but this year, they made it more than that. And Ireland, they've obviously got a lot to work on now ahead of next week, where they go in to that game against Scotland still playing for the championship. That's something they got to keep in mind, because today, after this, they're going to be hugely deflated, obviously, with the whole Grand Slam thing gone, but there's still a trophy to play for, and even winning the Six Nations back to back, it's a huge, huge achievement for Ireland. We don't do that very often at all. So to be able to retain the title would be absolutely amazing for these guys. England then, they did really turn up today hugely. They did it in defence, they did it on attack, and they were the better team as well, both sides of the ball. They put huge pressure on Ireland. Earl had a brilliant game. Favo Bosi, I thought, had great impact. Centres, Slade and Lawrence, I thought were pretty good as well. George Martin was just immense today. Then Chesham and Itoji as well around him. Underhill had a really good game as well. The front row went well in the set piece too, and fully deserved win for them. But now what the challenge for them is to build on this. Don't let this be kind of a one-off performance. You've got to now take that. You've got to reproduce it. Test after test. And, once teams start to figure out what you're actually doing, then you've got to then be able to evolve that and have something else in behind it to go again from as well. So an amazing performance from England, and, hats off to Borthwick and to those English players and, English fans as well. There haven't been a huge amount for them to celebrate in kind of this Six Nations. They did have 2 wins, but, huge deflation after that defeat to Scotland. But now, they've given themselves at least an outside chance of going for the title next weekend, depending on how that Ireland-Scotland game goes. But whatever happens in terms of the title, this was a statement win from this England team that, they're not just going to be kind of a one-off team anymore. Next year, if they can build on this, they're going to be a serious threat for the title, and everyone else has to sit up and take notice.